Imagine waking up before the sun comes up, putting on steel-toe boots, and heading out to a drilling rig where every day you face the possibility of injury or worse. To a lot of workers in this industry, this is a daily reality around the world. Every year, the oil and gas industry sees a high number of workplace injuries and fatalities. According to OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, oil and gas workers are 7 times more likely to die on the job than the average American worker. The fatality rate per 100,000 workers went from 27.1 in 2013 to 16.9 in 2023, and the number just keeps getting smaller as the years go on. These aren't just numbers, they are people, families, and preventable tragedies. Today, I'm going to discuss to you about the hazards and safety standards set in place to protect the health and lives of the people doing the job day in and day out. I have worked in the oil field for over 15 years, and to address the risks, we use regulations from OSHA and API, which is the American Petroleum Institute. The oil field is a dangerous workplace. Understanding the hazards and following the safety procedures is priority to preventing injuries and saving lives. Let's talk about the risks and protocols we follow to do the job safely and the responsibility each of us carries to ensure a safe working environment for ourselves and our teammates. Any position you work in the oil field has high risk hazards involved, from the derricks, which are the steel frameworks that support the drilling process, to the actual rig floor. We are often working high above the ground, anywhere from 40 to 100 feet up in the air, almost 280 feet. A fall can be devastating, even fatal, from being surrounded by heavy machinery like rigs, trucks, and cranes, to being struck by heavy steel or getting caught in rotating parts, to working on high pressure systems, all which can cause crushing or catastrophic consequences and injuries. Fatigue and human error are a big factor in causing injuries. Most oilfield jobs involve 12-hour shifts, sometimes for weeks at a time. Fatigue increases the likelihood of mistakes, bad judgment, and slow reaction time. Many tragedies happen because supervisors and companies want speed and profit over safety. Sometimes workers themselves are scared to speak up because they don't want to get fired. We work with oil chemicals, drilling fluids daily, putting a worker at risk to exposure to harmful substances and gases that can be deadly at times. Confined spaces like tanks, pits, vessels, and places with limited entry and exit also have risks involved, like oxygen deficiency, toxic gases, and explosions. Invisible hazards like hydrogen sulfide gas can cause unconsciousness and death in minutes. Long-term exposure used in drilling fluids and fracking can lead to cancer, respiratory disease, and nerve damage. Flammable materials and ignition sources are everywhere on a drilling rig location. Proper well control is critical to prevent blowouts. This process, with detailed instructions, which was last updated in 2020, is in the API Practice 54, involving monitoring pressure and using specialized equipment that can be found at www.api.org. Safety is number one when working in the oil field or any job in general. It is not someone else's job. It is your responsibility to follow the rules and report hazards. If you see something, say something. Most companies will require you to go through extensive safety training before even putting you on a rig. Some include hazard awareness training, confined space training, forklift training, emergency response drills, and basic PPE training, personal protective equipment. Some companies will issue PPE when hired, including flame-resistant clothing, hard hats, safety glasses, and steel-toe boots to help prevent injuries from occurring. Harnesses, lanyards, and properly inspected fall protection are not optional. They are our lifeline. Never enter a confined space without proper authorization and without a permit. Proper labeling and handling, along with having the material safety data sheets, MSDS, readily available and understood, will assist you in identifying what steps you need to take in case of exposure. Be aware of your surroundings. With the safety culture that is followed, management plays a critical role, providing resources, enforcing the rules, and leading the charge by example. Having a safety program is only as good as the company and people that implement it. Everyone needs to be committed to safety. Companies with strong safety cultures experience less turnover, higher morale, and fewer fines. Communicating with one another before performing any job will help mitigate hazards from occurring. Clear communication and using spotters are crucial. Never assume the machine operator sees you. Follow the procedures. They are put in place for a reason. The rigs have advanced so much over the years and are now equipped with safety automation systems like BOPs, which are blowout preventers. Also, gas detection systems, along with regular safety inspections, will help in preventing injuries. All of the employees have stop work authority that encourages all workers to stop any job from being performed if they see it being unsafe. For those who want to know more, search www.osha.gov General Safety, which is constantly being updated and is the primary federal agency for enforcing workplace standards, but most states also have their own sometimes stricter regulations. In conclusion, I believe oilfield work is very hazardous, but with proper training, using the correct equipment, wearing the correct PPE, can all significantly reduce the risks tremendously. Let's remember, safety is a culture. We always say we want everyone to go back home to their families the way they came to work, with all their fingers and toes. Leave here today with a new commitment to safety. Be the people who change the culture and eliminate preventable accidents. Be responsible, look out for one another, lead by example, and always know that the most important part of safety is you.